What's good? What's good? What's good? It's your boy Systematic. This is it. This is inspiration time. I know it's been a long time. You know, it's been a couple months since the last one. But look, I apologize about that. But look, we're going to keep it moving. We're going to stay on the grind. Now, today, a little special edition. You know, us God's been just, you know, he's always talking. He's always showing me some things. And so today, the message behind today is wake up. Wake up. I'm not talking to you, but I'm talking about what's inside of you. I'm talking about your purpose. Wake up. Now, you know, I got to go to the scripture. I got to go to the good book to let you know what I mean. Now, in the book of Matthew, chapter 9, Jesus talked about a little, a servant, a young ruler, and a daughter he had. And so I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, just a couple of verses, and then I'm going in depth and explain about it. So it's Matthew chapter 9, and I'm going to read verse 18 through 19, and then I'm going to read verses 23 through 25. And so it says, while he spake these things unto them, behold, there came a certain ruler and worshipped him, saying, my daughter is even now dead, but come and lay thy hand upon her, and she shall live. And Jesus arose and followed him, and so did his disciples. Now jump down to verse 23. And when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he said unto them, give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laughed him to scorn. But when the people were put forth, he went in and took her by the hand, and the maid arose. Now, simple story. You got this ruler, daughter's dead. Jesus comes and says, he tells all the people that's, you know, making noise that, you know, be quiet, she's not dead, she's just sleeping. But then he goes in once they leave, and he touches her, grabs her by the hand, and she comes back to life. Now, the thing behind this, and what you might say, what does this got to do with me, and what does this got to do with the purpose inside of me waking up? Well, what you have to understand is that the ruler, his daughter, first of all, you have to understand, you are the ruler in the story. You are the ruler. And so the ruler's daughter is his offspring, is his seed, is what he produced. So therefore, his daughter being dead represents your purpose, what you're supposed to be producing in life. You may seem as dead. It may seem that nothing is happening. But I come to tell you that it's not dead, but it's just sleeping. And you need to allow it to wake up. So again, wake up. Not you, but your purpose. It's time to wake your purpose up on today. So now, we continue the story on, and we find out that when Jesus comes in, the first thing it talks about, we can go back to verse 23. It says, when Jesus came into the ruler's house and saw the minstrels and the people making a noise, he comes into the ruler's house. What does that mean? Well, if you're the ruler and your house is your body, your house is your temple, your body, this is where you live. Your body, you live in a body, you possess your soul, but you are spirit beings. So therefore, you live within this. So you live in this body. You live in this body, and so therefore, the body is your house. So therefore, you being the ruler, what this is saying is when Jesus comes into your body, into your house, when he comes to dwell with you, when you accept him, he comes into your life. First thing he sees is a bunch of people making noise. So you might ask, what does this noise mean? Well, noise is another word for confusion. If the word is noise, that means it's a lot of confusion. Things aren't going the way it's supposed to. Because if you think about music, the difference between music and noise is music, things are played on specific notes. Things are played on specific chords. People sing on a certain note, and it goes and it works together, and therefore it creates a sound that's considered music. But if somebody sings off note or doesn't play in the right chord, then therefore it sounds strange. It becomes noise. So what he's actually saying is that he comes in and sees confusion in your life. He comes in and sees a bunch of noise, just racket going everywhere. And the first thing he said unto them, give place, for the maid is not dead, but sleepeth. He basically said, get out. And I'm telling you today, you have to allow this noise to get out of your life. You have to allow the confusion to get out of your life. Anything that is not on the same page with what you're trying to do, the same page of your purpose, your destiny, what God has created you to do, you got to get out of it. You have to allow it to leave your life. It could be friends. It could be families. It can be things you're watching. It can be music you listen to. Whatever's not lining up, whatever's not on the same chord, is creating noise. It's creating confusion. And with that confusion being there, it is allowing your purpose that's inside of you to stay asleep and not come to life and do what it's supposed to do. And so also, if you remember in the book of Corinthians, Paul talks about it. He says, for God is not the author of confusion. God can move in anything, but for God to do what he wants to do, it has to be order. It has to be order. You recall in the book of Acts chapter 2, verse 1, when the day of Pentecost had fully come, they're all in one place on one accord. Accord. It was music. It wasn't confusion. It wasn't noise. So you got to get the noise out of your life. And so then you see, he said, get it out, for the man is not dead, but sleepeth. And the people laugh. But then 25, I like this. 25 is the key part. It says, but when the people went forth, when the confusion and the noise went forth, it says he went in. So you think you've had an experience with God? You think you've had an encounter with Jesus Christ? Well, let me tell you, until the noise is out of your life, see, he came in already, but once the noise left, he went in deeper. You want to experience God a way that you've never experienced him before, you have to allow that noise to just leave your life, all the confusion to leave your life. And then he'll come in deeper. And then it says, and he took the maid by the hand, and the maid arose. So what I'm getting at is that point when the noise, the confusion, the people that's not on the same page, the people that are not lining up, the things that are not lining up with what you're supposed to be doing for God, then once that is out of your life, God is going to come in deeper, on a deeper way, and he's going to grab, and he's going to touch that purpose that's on the inside of you. And that purpose that you thought was dead, was just sleeping, will then become awake, alive, and alert. And you can walk out the purpose that God has set for you. Man, I'm just so excited. Just think about it with me. We're almost done, but just think about it. You know, I remember E.T., the hip-hop preacher, he even mentioned this before. He said, what would your life look like if you were walking in your purpose? What would your life look like if you were walking in your dreams? What would it look like? Everybody, we always complain about this and complain about that, and everybody's always struggling, but what would your life look like if the purpose that seemed dead in your body was made alive and you were walking in it? Think about it. Once again, it's your boy Systematic. This is IYERecords.com. You already know what it is. This is it, IT Inspiration Time. And yo, just keep God first. Continue to seek him. And I'm going to catch y'all again real soon. I'm out.